Kebbi State Governor Dr. Nasiru Idris is being accused of arresting a journalist, Hassan Maye Waya Kangiwa, who was reported to have made the shocking video showing an elderly man laying on a bed frame without a mattress in a desolate room while receiving treatment at the Kangiwa General Hospital in the state. Well, according to Dan Bello, the journalist had to run from his home due to threats, but is now in police detention. Users on social media have condemned the journalist's detention and are now demanding his immediate release. I mean, I cannot believe this story. Rufai, we took this story yesterday and we were calling for a response. But that dilapidated hospital and why they are subjecting our Nigerians to this sort of hardship. And we're hearing that this man who made the video has been arrested, Rufai.
They will not respond to you or G because there's no leadership accountability. We are running a demonstration of grace. So when citizen journalism comes into place and reveals such a thing like this, that the governor ought to do something about, they will go and follow the messenger and arrest the messenger and use the same police that are suffering the same scourge of this country to arrest. That's why sometimes I believe in should arrest protest too, because the man, he speaks a lot of facts. That's the exact country we live in. So when you now ask the police, on what did they arrest now? They will say cybercrime charges.
What?
That's why it's...
He didn't say anything.
No, but they will tell you cybercrime charges. They will say
he just showed the video.
They will say it's leaking state secrets. In fact, they will quote one act in a draconian military law and put the law there. Because you see, law in this country, they use it to victimize people. It's only in this country that law and courts does not catch rich and elite people. It's only the poor man. Please release that man. Oh.
Yes.
Release that man. We beg you, whoever you are as governor, and quickly attend to this. Because if we look at your state budget now, you will have budget for healthcare, but you can see people, the man is sleeping on bare metal. And that's the country we live. They will say cybercrime, they will fight charges again. You know the next thing they will do now, if we talk too much, the next thing they will do, you go and put charges and rush him to court.
No.
And tell the judges to hurt him. You see, that's why, plus judiciary, plus all the systems of government, plus it's a joke we run in this country. And you know what pains me the most?
Yeah.
The same people that call the military bad, that they said they fought against the military, they are the ones in power today. They are doing way worse than what the military did.
The governor was quite active with the teachers' union.
You see life? You see life? They are doing way. You see life? They are doing way worse than what the military is.
So I haven't seen him in the news lately, and I can't imagine that this is what is bringing him in the news.
In fact,
but we need a response.
In fact, during the military, we had activist judges. People still believe in the judiciary.
Yes.
But today, the same people that the activist judges favor them, we scrutinize and want.
All right.
The time is going.
I'm looking for the journalist. His name is Hassan. We need a report from the Kebbi State's government house, the spokesperson for the governor, because this is what Dan Bello, Hassan Kangiwa. We're demanding a report from the who has been making headlines over a tweet he made on X in which he called President Bola Ahmed Tinubu a criminal. Revealed on Tuesday that presidential spokesperson Bayo Ononuga privately messaged him on WhatsApp, asking him to delete the post. According to Showore, the post was in response to Tinubu's claim in Brazil that there was no more corruption in Nigeria. Ononuga argued that Showore had misinterpreted the president's statement, insisting that Tinubu was only referring to transparency in foreign exchange sourcing. Showore rejected the request, stating that it was an attempt to dictate how citizens should interpret public statements, and accused Ononuga of being complicit in the harassment of critics by state security services. He wrote in part, "What is more troubling is that in Nigeria today, anyone who dares to criticize the president is instantly subjected to harassment by the DSS, political thugs, and every coercive instrument the state can muster. I once thought perhaps you were unaware of such abuse, but it is now clear you are complicit. In this regard, it is you who has misfired. Your request reflects not only poor judgment, but also the mindset of the principle you represent." Well, Showore went on to state that he has known Ononuga for decades, even during the time that his student union days, and also as a publisher. And I'll take reactions to this tweet. And this is from Olaiya, who wrote, "This is classic Tinubu era. Do not criticize the king. Politics. Bayo Ononuga trying to privately police public opinion is exactly the problem. They want to control the narrative and the citizen. The truth is simple. If the president's statement was clear, Nigerians wouldn't have misinterpreted it. Leadership is not about ambiguity or hiding behind aides to explain away words and dragging the DSS into every critic's shadow. It's proof of how intolerant and insecure this government has become. Instead of threatening or cajoling citizens to delete posts, Tinubu's team should focus on deleting corruption, deleting poverty, and deleting the hardship choking Nigerians daily. That's the real misfire here. Well, another ex-user wrote, "Brotherly," we know where brotherly came from, brotherly, "good day. No well-meaning person would say you should not criticize the president or any public official for that matter. However, you can't call the president of your country or anyone for that matter a criminal when no court of law has pronounced such. Or are you a judge?" And that's the real question here. "We appreciate your usual courage, but we'll advise you to embrace greater objectivity and maturity. You are a role model to some youth. Be blessed." Another ex-user wrote, "And later now, you will be advocating for infringement of Nigerians' rights. Haven't you infringed on someone's right of privacy by leaking his private chat with you? You would have issued a public statement to still demand the deletion. He chose to go private and you leaked it." And the reason this ex-user is stating this is because in Omoyele Showore's tweet there, he had leaked Bayo Ononuga's private WhatsApp chat. And that was the response from that. Here you go. He had leaked that chat, which, you know, a lot of ex-users and even myself, I question, why would Showore actually leak this? Because this was a private message. But I don't even understand what happened to Bayo Ononuga. The DSS has intervened here. I mean, I know there's some sort of relationship that they might have. Showore has insisted that he is not going to delete this tweet. Dr. Abati, I don't know why Bayo Ononuga would have thought that Showore would even, you know, abide by or listen to him in the first place.
Okay, both men involved are doing their job.
Yes.
Showore is an activist. He's a resilient, confirmed activist who has even served notice that the struggle continues.
The struggle continues.
Whatever anybody says or does to him. So he has lived up to his declaration that he's a sworn enemy of convention. Or is it government? I hope I'll be right to say that. So whatever Mr. Ononuga says to him, you already know where he stands.
He's not going to respond.
By the same measure, Mr. Ononuga is doing his job. He's the vuvuzela of the administration. He's a spokesperson. So he will say, well, this thing you have said about the president is not right. The president of Nigeria is not a criminal. In other words, there's no court of law who has declared the president a criminal. And I was making the point yesterday, in parentheses, that, look, people should know that while you have the right to speak, you also have the right to respect other people's integrity, their right to the dignity of the human person. You cannot just come and say Mr. X or Y is a criminal when he has not been so declared by a court of law. And that's why, you know, the Cybercrime Act, Section 24, 1822, was cited, you know, by
the DSS.
The DSS. Now, in this matter, X, that's the platform, said, look, okay, the man is, we will not pull down the post. But you now find Mr. Ononuga saying, well, you know, as a citizen, you know, President Tinubu is not a criminal. So in both cases, I think that both men are doing their job. But what we should know within the public space is that while citizens have the right to express themselves, they also have the responsibility to respect the rights of other people.
Yes.
So that's where we strike a balance in this particular matter. Right. And as for Minister Umahi coming to Lagos to show empathy, to look at the flooding situation, I think that the lesson in Umahi's example is that when you put a man who is a specialist in that area, he's a civil engineer, so he knows about engineering, he's not relying on contractors. When something happens, he goes there himself to go and look at it, and he can, on his own, offer professional opinion
very good.
about design, about construction, about issues. I think I like that. So this idea of putting touts in important positions, appointing carpenters into positions. No, I'm not mentioning anybody.
I think
I'm just saying when government makes appointment, it's always good to put the right person in the right position.
Yeah, because he's an engineer.
And I think Dave Umai fits that prescription as a good example.
Fantastic, good point.
So real quickly, as regards to Shore and what's it called, debacle.
Yes.
So, Mr. Ononuga, what the DSS is saying, they were happy on the criminal word, which I've condemned, which I've said it wasn't fine to call the president, criminal. But Mr. Ononuga was happy on the fact that, this has been said, that had been said. With due respect, yes. I don't think it was right for Shore to have put that private message out there. And I'll say this. They have a history together. Shore stated that in the days of the struggle, these people, they were both in the same struggle. Mr. Ononuga's paper, The News, was a platform for most of the student activists. In fact, Shore said he did some work with The News, Mr. Ononuga platform. The reason why Mr. Ononuga probably would have messaged him is out of the fact that, okay, I know this guy before and everything. Yes. What Mr. Ononuga, although, was saying was different from what the DSS was saying, so it's two different things. And I don't know why this government is, happy and saying, and people are contacting Shore and saying, remove it. And if they feel very strongly about it, we can all go and test it in courts.
Yes.
Really, I think that's the end. The end, look, in cinema, the end all of it will be in courts. We'll go and test it in courts.
Yes.
And Shore will have to prove why he called the president names. The claim he called him a criminal. You have to provide his evidence, and the DSS will provide their counter evidence. So, but prior to that, I think since you have known this person before, you've had dealings before, even if he sent you a personal message out of what you shared, it was not necessary bringing out in publicly. But I don't even know what is even happening. There are many things that happen that we don't know in this country.
Well, in Shore's favor, he said he cleared with Mr. Ononuga.
But Mr. Ononuga never replied. He never replied. So if he didn't reply you and didn't give you the chance to share it publicly, then there was no point. And even at that, Dr. Abati, we are human beings. We have friends, personal relationship before now. If we have things before, we should, we should not.
It wasn't based on the official. It was based on we have a relationship. Let's reason together. That was
like Shore says the struggle continues.
That's why I was asking by Ononuga. Why did you think that message will help? This is what Shore does. He's a strong opposition. What does he say? Revolution now. Well, all right. The struggle continues. We'll follow up on the story.